in Durban last year. Last night, police announced that 6 suspects had been arrested, with the 7th arrested earlier today in KZN following a year-long investigation. Ntanda Mabaso spoke to political parties on the sidelines of the KZN State of the Province address today.
The ANC says KZN police and government have been vindicated from the embarrassment the AKA and Dibs matter came with for the province. Party Provincial Chairperson Sboniso Duma.
You know, the death of AKA brought shame to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We also thought as much. So the arrest is going to ensure that you must be clinical in dealing with the crime, and we support what has been done.
Action SA Provincial Chairperson Zwagele Mngango says police must also deliver the same results on other cases.
It is good to see the progress on such cases, but also we wish police can also prioritize all cases, because we don't believe that any crime is better than the other.
Other parties represented in the legislature have also lauded police for the arrests. However, Rise Mzansi's Nonkululeko Hlongwane Mhlongo alleges the arrests were made up. Nhlanhla Mabaso, Eyewitness News, Pietermaritzburg.
The Public Enterprises Committee has clashed with Minister Pravin Gordhan over refusal to release documents on the SAA deal. Gordhan appeared before the committee to discuss the deal but asked that the meeting not be held in camera to protect information related to the equity deal. And in news just in, Red Bull's team principal Christian Horner has been cleared of inappropriate behavior towards a female colleague following an internal investigation. Allegations of inappropriate and controlling behavior had been made against the 50-year-old, which he denied. Horner oversaw Red Bull's record-breaking 2023 season in which the team won 21 of 22 races as Max Verstappen claimed his 3rd world title. A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng tomorrow with scattered thunder showers in some parts, a low of 15 and a high of 26 for Joburg, Tshwane 16 and 27, Vereeniging 15 and 27 as well. Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
You know, the lady and Jason, the organization, foundation, they started. I'm telling you, it's not summer out of heaven. The first comment I want to make about that is the research which went into it. You know, children of 6 years old, they didn't thumb suck at me. 10,000 hours and education. Hell, I just wish them the best.
And I think just to add, one of the things that we saw, we feel that what we're doing will change the narrative, is that can we have educational teachers do the teaching and have the coaches do the coaching? And in the research, we've seen that the reason why rugby is doing very well is that they bring coaches to coach the children, not the teachers.
Rob, I would just like to congratulate Coach Pizzo for resurrecting school soccer programs, Rob, because we all know that most of the players in the yesteryears even, they came from such programs.
Let's hear though from the coach. As you said, it's his brainchild, it's his thought process, it's his dream, it's his love. Coach Pizzo.
Hi, this is Coach Pizzo Musimani from the Pizzo Musimani Football Club. I'm very excited.
Just set people at ease and say you're not going to need to pay anything for these trials.
No, definitely. I think even the adverts show that it is free.
Yeah.
The kids just need to come properly dressed with the shin pads, with the soccer boots.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Yeah, officially it is soccer nights, but you know what? Anything in the world of sports can change just like that. Anything can change, and tonight it has changed. Coming up later on, though, we do have Kekana, who's going to be my guest, the big interview for tonight on #MSW, so be part of that conversation. But what I'm excited about is that after months and months of searching for a new coach, Netball SA finally found their missing piece to the coaching puzzle. Netball South Africa president officially unveiling the fitting successor to Norma Plummer. That happened this afternoon, and that's what I'm saying. It's fresh news. It's breaking news. You watch on television, it's there. And they've had a busy day. stellar coaching record, especially with the Jaguars in the Telkom Netball League. She won what? A whole lot of numerous titles. She'll tell us about them in a second. Emerging as the most qualified candidate for the role, our esteemed guests are here with us in the studio to officially introduce our listeners on MSW to the brand new coach of Netball SA, Cecilia Molokwane. I'll introduce you first because this falls into your lap. Ma'am, good evening. Looking very regal. Welcome to the show.
Robert. Good evening, and good evening to all your listeners.
Oh, is this the moment? Is this the moment that you've worked very hard for South Africans to advance to the next stage of netball growth?
Yeah, we wanted a South African, and we got one. And we wanted somebody with a track record.
Yeah.
We wanted a winning coach, a person with a winning mentality, a strategist, and I think we got what we wanted. Even though it took us some time to put the puzzle together, but at least the puzzle now is completed.
Why did it take so much time?
Look, we had a contract with Norma, to tell the truth, until last year, December. And we have to honor the contract because we knew that after the World Cup, we already signed on England and Australia to go and play in their country.
Yeah.
And then we had to say, let's not destabilize the team. Let's just go there and get the same team to go and play and see what we can do. But in the meantime, advertise and look for somebody who can take over from Norma, because you knew even in 2019, Robert, I told you we wanted a South African. And we appointed a South African then, but it didn't go as we planned, because sometimes our plans never go as planned, and we have to have plan B and C. And I was very, very, straightforward with the director coaches, and I said to her, we need a South African. And we need performance. We need somebody who can perform. We don't need people that we like or we think we love or something. We need somebody. I might not see eye to eye with Jenny, and I don't want to, because if I do that, we are not going to work and to have that gold medal that we have on our neck. She's a gold... maybe Kiriki coach Magolide. She's a medalist coach. I mean, she's got 68 gold medals on her neck, and she's got 17 silvers and 11 bronze. And when she did not get either of the three, she was only 4 times the fourth one on the thing. So what more do you want? We took her to Botswana to go and help the Botswana team. They went to Singapore to the 4 Nations. And Botswana, in the 12 years that they played the 4 Nations, never won even a single medal at the 4 Nations. She came back with gold. Wow. So her track record, I'm not even going to talk about TNL. She'll talk.
Yeah. All right, so let's pretend, because people are in their cars, have just come out of work, others are going for night shift. So it's a whole mixed bag happening on the highway and wherever they're listening around the world. So let's pretend this is the press conference. They don't know who's in the studio with us right now. So you're about to make this very important announcement that we've all been waiting for so long. That, ladies and gentlemen, the president of Netball SA, Cecilia Molokwane, about to announce to us the newly appointed Netball SA coach. And she is...
the newly appointed Netball South Africa head coach of the SPAR Proteas, proudly South African, Miss Jenny van Dyk.
Jenny! Wow, Jen, good to see you. Good to see you. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's such a lifelong dream for me, and I'm just so in love with our country, and I'm so excited about the journey ahead.
You were in tears.
Yes.
I literally saw that. The announcement was made. I know now, maybe slightly tired. It's been a long day. You're taking it in. But for me, it was such a significant breakdown emotionally. Tell me a bit more about what was within that emotion when you broke down like that.
It's so important to me. My entire life, ever since I was quite young, I wanted to be a national player. I wanted to play for the Protea team. And when my matric year, I got 2 very, very difficult to manage injuries, and I had to get some operations done. And 4 years later, I had almost 7 operations. And I just at that stage realized that the dream of becoming a Protea player, even though I was a SA under-21 player and under-19, and I played through all the levels, was maybe not going to happen for me. And then just the one day, it just dawned on me that become the coach. So it's just been something that I wanted to do my entire life, and it's just fantastic to see that there's so much trust within Netball South Africa and within the country for me to get the job.
I mean, just tracking back, you talk about wanting the job and at some point needing to at least have a shot at the job. You missed it in 2018. Tell me the feeling now. Do you feel that somewhere, somehow it was designed somewhere in the sky that it doesn't happen then but happens now?
Yes, definitely. I believe that the timing will always work out the way it's supposed to. And for me, remember, I'm here to make a difference for Netball South Africa. It's not about Jenny van Dyk. It's about the team, and it's about our performance, and it's about South Africa. So when God needs us to step up into that position, it will happen. And then we need to give our best. And I trust the timing, and I trust the system. So at the end of the day, yes, now is the time.
The Australian tour, you were the understudy to Norma. That kind of experience and being closer to her, what do you think personally you would have been able to rub off or get from her?
Oh, no, look, over the years, I've just gotten so much out of her. Not necessarily just being next to her at stages, but just seeing, she's got so much class, and she's just such a top netball coach. The way she set up the structures and the way she set up the roles and responsibilities within the unit, she spent so much time to really align all the roles and the responsibilities within the team to get the team to perform the way they can. And I could see such a big difference from the first time I met her, way back when, the first time she came here, and the last tour I got to do with them in Australia. And I could see, like I said, that we don't have to reinvent the wheel here. She's done a great job, and obviously I want to make her proud as well, and I want to fulfill the job and just go forward and give it my best.
All right, let's talk contractual. Duration of contract, what are the mandates?
4 years. We do it 4 years because we don't want to destabilize the team, because it takes 4 years to prepare for another World Cup. So the other World Cup is in 2027 in Australia, where Norma comes from. So you need to do something there. I always say we give coaches mandates.
Yeah.
This time around, Robert, I want to turn it around. She must give us the mandate to say this is what she must give the country, the mandate that she thinks will work for the country. Because most of the time I always say, come with a medal, do whatever. This time around, I'm really mum. I need her to tell us what is that.
That she told you?
She told us.
Okay, please tell us.
Yes.
Jenny, what do you need? What's the mandate?
Yeah, well, I think, for us as South Africans, we want a truly South African golden standard.
Yeah.
And we want to do it our way. We don't want to copy anybody else, even though we learn a lot from them. And we don't want to put anybody on a pedestal. We want to work hard, and we want to analyze our opponents, and we want to become even better as them. I think the time for admiration is done now. We need to become it now. And to me, that's the journey I want to pursue with our players. And so I'm asking myself, obviously for us, it's about winning. That's the philosophy. And to me, that's something that's quite important. I feel it is about winning, but what will bring the win? The standard. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is what's the standard? If we play our best brand of netball, exactly the way that the Springboks did when they won the World Cup, how does that look like for South Africa? What's the level? How fit are we? How intelligent are we on court? And all of those little factors. And that's the things that we need to put in place and get in so that we can contest for a medal.
That is crazy, because when you talk about a golden standard, for me, it says exactly that. So when Erasmus is preparing a cycle of World Cup players, he's not riding it on the back of a previous success. He's saying, how much depth do we have? What flair do we have? If we've watched in Cape Town at the World Cup, what is it that we learned? If we learned anything as well, do you go along with that? Is that something you now, as the people employing Jen, to say, yeah, we support you. Whatever it is that you want, whatever camps that you want, inside or outside of South Africa, we are going to be there.
I wish you could have been there when she made her presentation. Jen is crazy. I can tell you.
But
that.
You like crazy.
I love crazy.
Yeah.
I like people who are thinking out of the box, that I'm still looking for. I don't know where this box is, but I love people thinking out of this box because she gives you a challenge. She comes in and is like, if I make this is what I want to see. I want us to play this. I've studied the ranking. I've done this and that. And you're like, wow. Then you want the person like that. You want the person who's there, who's saying, I am here because I want to make a change. I'm here because I've been outside and trying to talk. She's been calling me before she even thought she would be the coach. When she was the under-21 coach, to say, I want to do this with the under-21s and I want to do that with the under-21s. And you want a coach like that who thinks more than what you think she does and who has got plans and who has got structures. She already knows who she wants to play, by the way. She already gave us who she wants to play and who she doesn't want to play. And we will make, as usual, you know me, we will make her dreams come true. We'll make her play those that she wants to play because it's her at the end of the day that is going to coach the team and that we want her to bring us those medals with those players.
What's the date? What's the date for the first official game?
We're playing in October, November. It depends. Let me be honest and say it depends on which country would want to play us for the test series, the SPAR test series. Because if we can now say we're going to play this, but I know that for a fact we have signed a contract with Jamaica in January 2025. If you didn't know, you're going to Jamaica.
Going to Jamaica?
Yes.
2025?
January, she'll be in
But
Jamaica.
October, November will be the first big test.
Yes.
You were coaching the SPAR Proteas under 21. What does that youth look like? Are you going to be dipping a lot into it?
Yes, definitely. We'll have a good look at them at the African qualifiers. I told them with the previous camp, I said to them, this is your chance. This is your opportunity to fast track your performance and to show us what you can do. And obviously we want to look into that because a lot of our under 21 national players have become national players later on in life. And so, yes, they're quite, they're such a determined young bunch. They're feisty. They just want to get onto that court and play. So we've got a great expectation for them. And, yes, I'll definitely be on that stands and watching them every single match.
All right. It's a coaching team you put together. So as much as you announce Jenny as a coach, Zanele Mdodana is also announced as an assistant. Tell me your thinking there.
You know, we wanted the best for the country and we wanted people who's got the winning mentality, as I said. And both of them have proven themselves, you know, beyond reasonable doubt that they can take us somewhere. I mean, Zanele and Jenny used to go to finals together as Tex and Mattis. And now I want to see them working together in making South Africa number one, because what they fought for at the time was a number one position. Either at USA or at Varsity Cup, it was a number one position. So I want to see both minds combined and taking us forward as a country to say, if this is what I thought it would do. Jenny is shared with me to say, you know, she used to sit 3 hours analyzing Zanele's games. And that's how good Zanele, a coach, is. And Zanele used to tell me that, you know, I used to sit for hours, even though she didn't mention hours, analyzing text to beat Jenny. And now you see that you've got people that understand high performance. Because this thing of us saying, no, we cannot work with this one because of that. To me, performance and track record of the coaches was very important and key for this country. But the big thing I can say to you, we made a competition to say who you think will be the next coach of the country. And I can say the country has spoken. And we have given the country what they wanted.
Was unanimous?
Simple. They were all for Jenny. And majority, funny enough, were even for Zanele. So I don't think we made a wrong decision here.
Right, and with that, and I think it's very comforting to know that you're coming into a space, Jen, where you are wanted, people need your skills, and you're just going to be showcasing them. Very briefly, you get the final word, not the president, you get the final word, your promise to South Africans as we congratulate you in this important journey.
Yes, you know, I'm here to give absolutely everything. And I know that we've got such fantastic netball players in our country. And to me, professionalism is not always just in the money you receive. It's in the way you do things. And I know that if we can stay in a game and stay competitive to the very end, we can get to that win.
Congratulations,
we just need to be there.
Congrats. Well done. Thank you very much, Jen. I'm wishing you everything of the best. Cecilia, President, thank you so much indeed for gracing our studios with your presence. Guys, go take a break. Go rest. It's been a long day.
Thank you.
Hashtag MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. at the same time.
#MSW.
This is the story of baby Frick from Rustenburg. It's just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first word, his first day of school in a mining town, Kalfoot, and his last day of school, Kalfoot 2, his first kiss with Mariki, studying architecture, flunking architecture, getting into the fast food business, marrying Mariki, a puppy, Choppy, a baby, Stephanus, starting a business with his boot, new suppliers, lots of new buyers, expanding into the ice lolly business, and every and in between, everything to look forward to. And just like Frick's story, we believe there is something special about your story, and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. ABSA. An authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This Thursday, Lotto Star's real jackpot race leaps to a staggering 1 million rand. On this special leap day, you could be one of 500 lucky winners to win their share of 1 million rand from 7 to 9 p.m. The minimum bet stays at 2 rand. And the best part, the jackpot is guaranteed to hit. Spin the wheels at Lotto Star, your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Once again, Chamberlain presents their famous Power Tool Extravaganza from 26 January to 29 February. Join the leading brand specialists at our mega stores on Saturday mornings for live and noisy demos. Centurion, 27 January. Montana, 3 February. Silver Lakes, 10 February. Strubens Valley, 17 February. Kyalami, 24 February. 60,000 Rand to be given away for lucky in-store prize winners. See you there for the rockiest and bottomest prices. Chamberlain, famous for hardware since 1903.
Joburg, get ready for Ultra South Africa. Featuring the biggest names in dance music. Skrillex, Steve Aoki, Afrojack, Vintage Culture, WNW, Shimza, Major League, and more of the best homegrown talent. Ultra South Africa, March 2nd, Expo Center, Nasrec. Book now at ultrasouthafrica.com. Follow at Ultra South Africa for more info.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy who battled with never-ending colds and flu. It was always the same story. School, runny nose, fever, doctor. School, runny nose, fever, doctor. Until one day, his mother gave him Septiguard syrup. With ingredients sourced from nature and enhanced by science, Septiguard helped put an end to the nasty infections. Septiguard Natural Antibiotic Syrup, your first line of defense against everyday infections.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
MD Sazwara Kakale is here, head of youth development. Coach Justin is also here. 6. Why 6? Give us a little idea around that. Is that just a joyful, playful child that just wants to kick a ball?
So age 6 for us, because I think just going through how we got to 6, we then said, if we are to start with children, where are the children? They're in schools. And in schools, you start from your grade R, most of the schools, and they are 6 years old. Really, we started at that age because we're focusing really to say where are the children that are in schools, and therefore it's important at that level that, and we do a different program for your under 6 and under 7s, which is more mass participation.
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Yeah, be in touch with us. It is #MSW. It's a Wednesday today. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel, you can also post some of your comments or questions because my next guest deserves all of that. I think he's just had such a stellar time since he moved from SuperSport United and moved across to Mamelodi Sundowns. Hey, you know what? Bafana's valiant Africa Cup of Nations, I mean, they may have ended and come, 3rd position, got bronze medals, but the indomitable spirit of many of our players, including this guest of mine today, certainly has sparked a wave of admiration. When I talk about pride, when people are proud of someone, they're proud of them because of something. But not just in South Africa, I can tell you. It's been across the continent. When you play in the AFCON, people from all over the world are watching you. The unyielding performances that he gave, held as a soldier's sacrifice, especially in the clash against Nigeria. I mean, he placed his body literally on the line, earned him widespread admiration, his legacy pretty much being the embodiment of resilience, determination. Kind of inspired fans, inspired a lot of people. Served as a very, very powerful reminder as well of that human spirit. But you know what? Like every Sundowns player, the man's back is back at club level. He's playing as if they never went on national duty. And together with this undefeated Mamelodi Sundowns team, I just think they continue to rewrite history. Last night, rewriting history over and over again. So the Brazilians now giving us a bit of a South American flavor. Lucas Ribeiro scoring a hat-trick. So Sundowns sit on an undefeated record of 40 matches after that game against AmaZulu last night. Our centre-back, Grant Kekana, joining us, not only to talk about records, but reflect on the incredible AFCON campaign that he had. I could go on and on. That's how great this man is. And I'll tell it to him in his face. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good evening, Tarob. Good evening to all the listeners, and thank you for having me.
Have you resettled back home comfortably? Or how's that journey been since you touched down at OR Tambo?
Yeah, I mean, now it's business as usual.
Yeah.
Obviously when we came back, there was a little bit of fatigue, but we were given a few days off, which helped us refresh. So, yeah, I think we're more than ready, or I'm more than ready for the second half of the season.
How did you know how ready or not ready you are? Because you guys played. I think some of the people listening right now will hear, hey, in the flu, it's just having moved from a very hot Ivory Coast to a very cold UK, and then the next thing your system struggles. So you were there for a long time, and I believe that there was a part where you were for the early stages of the tournament, which apparently was even hotter than when you guys got to Abidjan.
Yeah.
So how did you manage that?
No, I think the good thing with me is I'm from Limpopo.
You're used to it.
I'm used to it, the ropes, But it was hot. But fortunately for us, I think most of our games were played at night.
Yeah.
Which made it a lot easier, a lot better. So it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
But also the Champions League, though. Let's be honest. If there were majority of the guys who were not playing Champions League, we might be talking a different story. Or am I wrong?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think even our experience as, the Sundowns players helped quite a lot because we're used to the hostility, used to playing in difficult conditions, So we just tried to make the guys as comfortable as possible for them to understand what they're up against, But we were together. We showed a lot of brotherhood, and I think that's why we got as far as we got.
What is the one memory that you walk away with from that Africa Cup of Nations?
Besides our bus driver.
What happened to the bus driver?
No, he was always looking the part,
Yeah.
His suit game was on point, But the people of Ivory Coast were just so welcoming. They were so warm, so friendly. We never felt like we weren't at home. And, I think that was one of the beautiful things about the AFCON. That we got to experience, We tried to learn a bit of French, but,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen when you get back to your hotel there, and Uval is going to be saying things to you like, oh, yeah, we did. So a bit difficult. But I suppose in time, though, people get to adapt depending where they want to go. But it just shows, again, the importance of language, especially on the continent.
Yeah.
French is a very strong language. That are spoken, Portuguese and so on, and maybe spreads into the world. But when you look at it from a football perspective, tournament starts, you're not there. Tournament gets underway, you were there. Then you play, 5 out of 7 of those games. There's a red card somewhere along the line. What is it saying to the 2024 version of Grant Kekana about you your football and where you are right now?
I just think people are starting to recognize, for some it might take longer than others, but the main thing was to always just show up, so that when your chance comes, you're able to get it. We're all very supportive of whoever was playing, right? Whether it was the first game or whether it was the qualifiers. When I wasn't on the pitch, I tried to motivate whoever was playing, to the best that I could, so that when I also get my chance, they're able to do the same for me. And I think that's how it panned out.
But where does that come from? We saw it. Everybody talks about, Veli Motwa and how involved he was, whether it was goalkeeping or not. He was just like, guys, we're here together. You want water. You look like you're suffering. You need like a pep talk. Where does that come from? Because it wasn't just about him. Yeah, I mean, he's like a showman. He's an everybody person. But to have you do that and everybody else, where do you think that emanates from?
Personally, I'd probably say my mother. She's always been just a selfless person. Always made sure that, the next person is trying to do better, or they sort of help the next person do better, So I think I got that trait from her. But, as us, as the Bafana guys, I think we all knew why we were there. We all knew that we were fighting for one thing. It was one goal, and it didn't matter who was on the pitch. All we needed to do was just support each other and just be there for one another.
So family values, definitely one thing, because as you highlight, and she's equally proud of you. I saw some of her posts while you were at the tournament, declaring her love, but also her admiration of the man you've become. So if you have family values embodied at home, then you have family values from what we see from a Rulani Mokoena at club level. Then you go into somebody who's an elder, wiser person, controlling a bigger pool of maybe bigger egos, but still humbling all of you.
Yeah.
Again, talk to me through that, because it's not an easy thing to navigate through.
Yeah, it also comes with, I think, probably past experiences.
Yeah.
I think I've been privileged enough to play amongst like great footballers, people that I look up to, people that, when we were going to school, we used to see them train at tucks, type of thing. And, some of them just fell, by the wayside because of, how they held themselves, their attitude towards other people and all those type of things that they had control of, and they messed up, what could have been a great career. So personally, I didn't want to go through that. I'd rather have my career not go my way because, it just wasn't meant to be, not because of other factors that I could have controlled. So I think that type of experience and seeing that, at an early age just made me realize that, this is not the path that I want to go through. I'd rather go through a different journey and see where it takes me. And we're here today.
And I'm glad you talk about here today, because it's also a different Sundowns. There were times, and again, reading through a lot of stuff last night and the night before, where people would always refer to Sundowns as that place where people went as a reference to a career that was dying. It would die, no. It's going to be game over for you.
Yeah. I actually got a lot of those comments, when I signed for Sundowns. But, I always understood that my purpose came before anyone's opinion. And I knew what I had to do when I get to Sundowns was to work hard, and make sure that I avail myself so that when my chance comes, I'm able to grab it with both hands. And, that's just been the way I've been looking at, my career.
Yeah.
I've always been patient. There's times where, at my previous clubs where I didn't play, but I understood that maybe it wasn't my turn, but my thing was just to keep doing what I have to do so that when my chance comes, I'm able to just grab it with both hands.
That's a very wise and solid thing to say. And I admire that when you say what you've said about opinion, because now you're playing for a team where, yes, there's such wide opinion. Anything you guys do is opinion-based, has the potential to hurt you, has the potential to be seen as either cyberbullying or anything else. But if you've got that mindset and that head on your shoulders, surely none of this and whatever people say is ever going to hurt you.
No, it doesn't. To be honest, I like seeing that type of stuff. Makes me laugh. I'm a person who likes to laugh a lot, so it doesn't touch me the wrong way. Doesn't affect me as much. It might affect those close to me who don't really understand and stuff, which is understandable, but I'll explain it to them, and make them understand that this is how it is. One day you'll have a bad game, you'll be the worst player. The next game you have your best game. Now the superstar of the world. So it's just how our football is, but it's never to really take it to heart or let it distract you in any way.
I remember you said, and I was going to remind myself, you talked about improving as a player and as a human being. You talked about learning and growing and improving and growing. So those were some of the things you said when you made your move from Supersport to Sundowns. You fast forward to where you are now. Do you think you've ticked those boxes?
Yeah, definitely. And I still want to tick some more boxes. I think, as a person, not just as a soccer player, you can never stop learning, can never stop improving, and that's how you get better. I don't want to be, coach always tells us that the game keeps evolving, keeps moving, so we shouldn't be left behind. And I don't want to be left behind as well. So I'm always open to learning, always opening, especially at Sundowns, we don't play with positions, anyone can play anywhere. I'm sure you've been seeing.
You've discovered that as well, haven't you?
The chameleon football, So it's just about being open to learning and improving, And I think being at Sundowns has helped me also open my mind up a whole lot, to see things differently, and to also just take care of your career, We play a lot of games. Even my family thinks now I'm so antisocial, but I can't do anything about it because, it's either I'm at camp or I'm playing every 2-3 days, and it's something that they'll have to adjust to and get used to. As long as there's a phone, they must understand, or
you're reachable.
They can reach me.
Or they can listen to the show right now.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Hulufelang here, and good evening to the MSW shoulders, and good evening to Kekana. There's no question from me. This is just me simply congratulating him for an incredible performance, especially at the Africa Cup of Nations, representing the country with a prom, being chosen to be one of the chosen soldiers as far as the starting 11 selection and all of those things. Him taking that opportunity with both hands and showing us his quality and his style of play, and just an all-round great performer that we all know him to be at a national level is just incredible. And again, congratulations, Grant, and I hope the only way from here is up. And all the best, man. Great show as always. Thanks.
Lofelang, thank you so much. Your comment?
No, obviously a lot of gratitude. I can only be thankful that people are recognizing, it's humbling. But, coach always warns us about praise also, he says it's like eating honey with a knife, tastes sweet, but cuts. So... But I'm really just grateful for the kind words.
Eating honey with a knife. Never thought of it like that.
Yeah, coach had a nice philosopher.
Hey, but you answered a whole bench full of philosophers, but let's not go there. 40 games. Grant, 40 games. Undefeated. What is that? I mean, how do you humanly describe that?
I think it's a phenomenal achievement. I think we work hard. We try our best to not lose games. Obviously football, you win some, lose some, but we try win more than we lose, and for us to lose, we must really take a pounding, So I think big ups to everyone at the football club. We see how hard they work, especially our analysts who don't sleep, our coach who pays attention to detail, to the T, and to the players, who take in what the coach expects from them every 2-3 days, playing games. It's not easy, but we're together in all of this. We understand the goal. the mission, the objectives, and we just want to climb higher than the previous generation. Because our coach always emphasizes that we must leave the jersey better than we found it, and that's what we're trying to do.
The big interview tonight. Grant Kekana is my guest, taking your thoughts, your views, and more.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Yay! Did you hear what's going on at CTM?
No. What's happening?
CTM's amazing tile sale is now on, Chomi. If you shop today, you can enjoy discounts of up to 30% on selected tiles and 70% on decor.
Seriously? My floors could use a refresh.
Hey, it's the perfect time to transform your home.
Shop the CTM sale now on until the 31st of March. For big savings, more style.
There's a song that goes, "Money can't buy me love." And that's true. But then they told us all you need is love, which anybody with a mortgage will tell you most certainly is not true. Love won't pay your parking tickets or your student loan. It's also needy. It requires effort, availability, constant care. But more importantly, love requires time. And while money can't buy you love, it can certainly free up some of your time. Time to spend on the things you love, with the people you love. And if you're looking, maybe even time to find the one you love. That's why, after 50 years of investing, we've learned that time is the greatest gift of all. And the good news is, if you invest early, time gives you money. And then money gives you more time to do the things you love. And don't you love that about investing? Ellen Gray, long-term investing. Ellen Gray is an authorized FSP.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Dreamcatcher, Aviator, and table games with max payouts that reach as high as 10 million rand. Sign up today at betway.co.za. Licensed and regulated by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to participate. For gambling counseling, call SARGF on 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp 076 675 0710.
One day, one chance, one giant leap for your savings. It's Leap Year Savings Day at Dis-Chem Pharmacies. On Thursday, 29th February only, get 29% off fragrances. That's 20% plus an extra 9% with your benefit card. And benefit card members get 20% off vitamins, health foods, sports supplements, and gym equipment. Don't wait another 4 years. Catch Leap Year Savings only at Dis-Chem. Better health starts here.
Coffee? Bawan. They say we all have the same hours in a day. Not Mzansi. We stretch the bar, like hitting the stool to shesha, geza, and do it again exen. To be at the right place at the right time. Forever yen. To not work hard but smart towards our future. Siyafosta baba. The 25th hour country with Bawan giving our nation energy beyond our limits. And 59 years later, still doing the same. There for your 25th hour. Bawan. Energy for a 25-hour day.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
MD Sazwara Kakale is here, Head of Youth Development. Here we are in Gauteng. A man that loves his sport generally, who's the Premier of Gauteng, has said to you, here's the key. Go and unlock every door, any school.
We're quite happy that the Premier sees that vision because I think in most cases, we sit there and we complain about what is not happening. What we're trying to do is do something about it. And we just want to emphasize that what we are doing is actually just not even a drop in the ocean. Yeah. There I realized they said that there are about 14 million children in schools. It was a number like that. And I mean, if we're talking 12,000, we're playing. We just wish there can be more people doing what we're doing.
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Hi Rob and my shareholders, Grant Kekana, good evening. I just want to say big up to Kekana. I've known him from the days when he was playing for Supersport, and he's a humble young man. Now he has grown into a very humble man. As a Sandawana, I just want to say thanks to him and his fellow make sure that keeps Masandawana. We say big up, Kabuyelo. It's Petros from Pretoria.
Petros, thank you very much indeed. We'll give him a chance to respond to your comment. Hey guys, you know what? There's so many voice notes coming through.
Rob, and good evening to Grand Kekana. Firstly, just want to thank SAFA Media Office for showing us a beautiful side of Grand Kekana at the AFCON, because you will see him getting out of the bus, greeting everyone who was out there to receive the national team. That is something admirable about his personality. But my question to you, Grant, with you having joined Mamelodi Sundowns at the peak of your career at Super Sports, and now seeing your career progressing quite nicely, I need to find out what is the level of adaptation or tactical flexibility that is required for one to play for Mamelodi Sundowns, because you guys are trying and playing some of the modern concept way of playing the game. We saw you guys introducing the CB+1 with Ronwen Williams, and we're starting to see something admirable now with Bongani Zungu playing as a hybrid center back, which is something that is modern in the game. So I just need to find out from you, what is the level of adaptation and tactical flexibility and analysis that one has to have to play for Mamelodi Sundowns. Thank you so much, Tebogo.
Deboko, thank you so much. Hey, you see, you've got to be sharp when Deboko's here. He's asking higher grade questions here, my friend. But I think an important question, adaptability. How do you manage? I mean, it talks about the centre-back +1 with Ronwen, Bongani playing as a hybrid centre-back now. So there's always different changes. You had to shift CB to you too.
Yeah. No, I think previously the biggest mistake us footballers used to make was the fact that, you knew you were good and you didn't want to be told. At Sundowns, you need to be coachable at all times because you have to be flexible. And that's otherwise the train is going to leave you. You have to be flexible. You have to be selfless also, because sometimes you'll be asked to play out of position, but it's for the benefit of the team. So I think it's all just about being coachable, as a player.
Right, it's all lighting up as well on the YouTube channel, guys. Thank you so much indeed. I do see the comments. I'll get to them in a second. Let me talk about this one issue, because a lot of people said, how did that happen?
Yeah, evening, Mr. Marawa. It's not from Newcastle. The guy you are with, there are people which I rated more than him. But his performance at the Cup of Nations, made me to respect him, made me to respect the guy. Now I know what quality is. I know that in Grand Kekana we have a quality defender, a defender who's going to be with us when we're playing big games, the defender that we can rely on. Your partnership with Mtobi Mvala, the best penalty taker in the PSL. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words, but I respect you, Grant, especially for that tackle. It was the first time in my life I clap hands when the player on my favorite side gets a red card, because my heart nearly stopped when I saw that guy going one-on-one with Ronwen. But because you were there, you gave us that chance at least to go to penalties. What you did, guys, we respect you. Now we know that we have a Bafana team, the one that we can respect. But truth must be told, there is quality at Sundown. It's not politics, but it's an honest truth. Thanks, Mr. Marawa. Thanks, Grant.
Yeah. That red card, we could have seen it differently. We were just like, sure, you saved us. How did you see it?
Yeah, to be honest, even the coach was telling me, Coach Rulani, because he always analyzes us, whether we're at national team or, so it was, to start off, it was my body position. I don't think I had the right body position. Had I been in the right body position, I probably could have intercepted it earlier. But push came to shove, and, I had to take one for the team.
But the feeling afterwards is a job had to be done. We've seen that happen before. And you have one decision to make at a split second.
Yeah, I think it also just all happened quickly. I thought I might have just touched the ball a little bit, but obviously now there's VAR and all of that, so got the red card. Was a bit disappointed, because I don't want to be the reason, my team loses or is a man short, So, it was bittersweet, but I was glad that we were able to go to penalties. Unfortunate that we, couldn't win this time around, but Forever grateful for the opportunity to have, represented my country at AFCON.
You mentioned something very important, and that has represented your country at AFCON. So those might just be words to a lot of people, but those words come with a lot of sacrifices. Sometimes it's sacrifices that are very personal. You doing national team duty for your country, you're missing your son. Tsitsi's very first day at school. Any parent, anywhere, knows the value of that. Sometimes they even ask for time out to go and attend to that. Just give me more about how you feel about it now.
Yeah, obviously I would have loved to be there, but it's the price you pay for being where we are. I think we get to understand that a lot more at Sundowns because we're hardly home, But fortunately for us, there's things like cameras and videos and, so I had asked for that just to see how, he's received and how he looks at the school, and so far so good. I just also couldn't wait to come back so that I can fetch him from school, and just to see that smile on his face, wearing his oversized shin pads and soccer boots, it's a good feeling.
So it's football already, eh?
Yeah, no. The only unfortunate thing is that he loves Neymar more than he loves me, but can't fight it. It's Neymar.
Neymar versus Grand Kekana. Come on, I'm sure Neymar would even agree that, hey, I think it's you first right now. Guys, I don't know what's happening on YouTube, but it's crazy. Let me take a couple of the WhatsApp voice notes and then we'll go there.
Hi, Robert. MSW, greet you and Kekani with a good heart. Eating honey with a knife. You are exactly right. Nee. Damn. Never heard that in my life before, Nia. What he does, he's bringing Coach Rulani into play. I wonder how old is Kekani. I've got no idea. But he's got the wisdom. Nee. I'm telling you, the way he speaks, it's just unbelievable how humble and how honest he is. How we wish him just the best. Thanks for the show, Robert. Mooi bly. Jy en Kekani and everybody who loves sport.
Mooi bly. Ben Richter. Thank you so much, man. You what now, 31?
Yeah, be 32 in October.
Yes.
But I keep getting told, I'm like closer to 25 than
You're
I am.
reversing the years, right?
Yeah. And I feel good.
What do you attribute that to? There's a feel-good sense. I can imagine Thembinkosi Lodge feels the same when there's a new lease of life. There's a new challenge that's in front of you. Is that all part and parcel of that?
Yeah, definitely. I think even the time that I moved from Supersport to Sundowns was perfect timing for me because I'd felt, at Supersport, I was getting just a little bit complacent, because I was already familiar with everything. I knew what was expected type of thing. So going to Sundowns changed my mentality, my mindset, because that's a bigger team, and they're going for bigger things. We want to conquer Africa, but it also gave me a chance to fight for my place and hopefully, get the nod in the national team, So that was the kind of motivation I got when I moved to Sundowns, and I'm grateful that, I got welcomed and accepted the way I did.
On YouTube, Vundla says, I'm doing my best to attend as many games as possible. How does it make them feel as we sing our lungs out? Best solid centre back that you could find right there in the studio. Gibson Glover says, great player who works very hard on signing for Sundowns. Haters, hey, he should be selling away his career. According to them, Chicago says, my purpose came before my opinion. So they're already quoting you there, hey? It says, what a gem this boy of ours grown to be. Our future is very safe with characters like he. It says, an upcoming legend. Trust me, this is from a Chiefs fan. And Gregory Larry says, Rob, hey, what's Grant's nickname? He says, what do they call him? Itlor Kop. Nonetheless, great player. So nickname, is that something that, I know what I know, but what's your nickname?
Ronza just came up with the nickname when we arrived back from Ivory Coast. busy calling me Model C, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
Were you speaking the English? So no, very good.
Yeah, it's just a slight twang, nothing much.
It's a twang. You can buy that off anywhere, man. It's just a twang.
Sure, good afternoon, Rob. 2 questions here for Grant Kekana. My guy, in Europe, which team will you like to see yourself playing for? Yeah, and secondly, growing up here in South Africa, which team did you support? Thank you, great show.
Overseas, who would you play for?
Yeah, I've always been a staunch Arsenal supporter. Gunners of London.
Yes.
No one else. And that was a dream of mine when I was young, you know.
Yeah. Still
love them. I've been through many heartbreaks with them, and I'm still there. You know, it's that girlfriend that you never let go of.
Yeah, it's going to happen again this season. It's going to happen again, sir. Sorry to say. Growing up in SA, who were you supporting?
Yeah, growing up as a Pirate supporter.
Pirate supporter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into it.
Sure, Robbie. Antonio Grande, man. Hey. Go unpredictable, man. O kasi mo understand. Had job sebile from a distance. But once over how feel that's where you realize you're going grand on and off the field. The first time we meet Antoine, Robbie Barre, Antoine Lala Polo, Lala Polo now. Hey, upentile manala, kinse the earrings, uwela fats, uwaka, ka 0-2, no ways. Yeah, up until Kishkimona first game, I get how. Antoine man, in continually energy, ingata so, and it's slab so. Yeah, but what a wonderful boy, man. Intones Toby imnati. And umnati lika the community project. Brendo, good luck, boy.
Oh, man, my gents, never a dull moment. He actually leads me into the next thing. He talks about community projects. The foundation that you're working on. Tell me more.
So I have a Grant Kekana Foundation, started in 2015. We've been doing quite a lot of work with schools, with orphanages, just giving back to the community. Recently in December, we had a festive tournament in Mamelodi. We received quite a lot of love there.
Yeah.
You know, and the main focus of this foundation, you know, is just to give back to communities, but also, you know, try bring second and third layer generations that will come after us, you know, just provide them with that platform, because someone gave me an opportunity to be where I am, you know. So with me being here, you know, I feel the need to put, you know, or try put somebody on and try make it as far as possible, be it in sports or in academics. So we'll be launching the foundation officially in June. It will be off season, fortunately for me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be launching it in Bela. So yeah, we just obviously looking for a lot of sponsorships, you know. So it'll be a golf day to launch the foundation officially, and then just set out programs on what we want to do each and every quarter.
Yeah. Would you be able to share that close at the time? But
yeah.
We can bring it here. We can bring it right here onto the platform. I think when you talk about communities, especially within those regions, we hardly ever think of how important they are. We take it for granted in built-up cities, and we say everybody's like that, and it's not. You know, so if there are those opportunities and we can reach out, please.
Yeah, I'll make sure to also give you a shout. But we also have our GKF Foundation website where anyone can check what's happening and just be up to date with what's coming. It's also on my page. There's a link on my Instagram.
Give us your handle.
Papa_Tsitsi.
That's why I wanted you to say it, because you hunt for it under Grant Kekana, you're not going to find it.
But even if you type my name, Grant Kekana, you'll definitely find it.
I love that. Just say it again, sorry. Slowly.
Papa_Tsitsi.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.